Japan doesn't just clean differently. It builds cleaning habits so deeply into daily life that mess, mold, and clutter don't get a chance to exist in the first place. School children who scrub their own classrooms every single day without a single janitor in sight. Bathroom walls wiped completely dry after every shower so mold never gets the foothold it needs. And a national end-of-year deep clean so thorough that an entire country resets itself before the new year begins. These aren't just cleaning tips. They're habits so ingrained in Japanese culture that maintaining a spotless home requires less effort than the occasional panic clean everyone else relies on. Today, we're counting down 15 Japanese cleaning habits that instantly improve daily life. Watch until the end because number 15, the 5S home cleaning system, is the same methodology Japanese factories use to run flawlessly, and it works just as well inside your own home. Number 1. Osoji Deep Clean. Most people deep clean when things get bad enough that they can't ignore it anymore. Japan deep cleans on a schedule, and the schedule is the same for the entire country. Osoji translates as big cleaning, and it happens at the end of every year without exception. Every surface gets wiped down, every object gets moved, cleaned underneath, and put back deliberately. Appliances get pulled out from walls, windows get cleaned inside and out, cupboards get emptied, wiped, and restocked. The goal isn't just cleanliness. It's starting the new year in a home that's been completely reset. In Japanese culture, entering January with a clean home is considered essential, both practically and spiritually, because clutter and dirt from the previous year are believed to carry negative energy into the next one. What makes Osoji genuinely useful as a habit is the accountability of an annual fixed date. There's no debating when to do it. The whole country does it together every single year without fail. Number 2. Japan's school cleaning culture. In most countries, schools hire cleaning staff to maintain the building. Japan decided decades ago that the students should do it themselves, and the results are impossible to argue with. Every day in Japanese schools, students spend around 15 minutes cleaning their own classrooms, hallways, staircases, and toilets. No janitors, no outsourced cleaning crews. The children sweep, mop, wipe desks, scrub toilet bowls, and empty bins as a normal part of the school day. The habit this builds is the entire point. A child who has personally scrubbed a toilet at school is significantly less likely to leave one in a mess. A student who has swept their own classroom floor doesn't drop litter on it. By the time Japanese children become adults, cleaning up after themselves in shared spaces isn't something they think about. It's completely automatic. The cleanliness of Japanese public spaces, streets, and facilities isn't accidental. It's the direct result of a habit installed in every citizen before the age of 12. Number 3. Shoe removal at the Genkan. The single most effective thing you can do to keep a home clean requires no products, no equipment, and no effort beyond a habit you build once and maintain forever. Take your shoes off at the door. Japan has done this for centuries through the Genkan, a dedicated entryway that sits slightly lower than the rest of the home's floor level. You step in, remove your shoes, and step up into the living space. The physical difference in floor height creates a clear, automatic boundary between outside and inside. Studies on household bacteria consistently show that the soles of shoes carry thousands of different bacterial strains, picked up from pavements, public toilets, and street surfaces. Every step taken in outdoor shoes inside a home deposits those bacteria directly onto floors where people sit, where children play, and where food occasionally falls. Removing shoes at the Genkan means none of that ever crosses the threshold. The floors stay genuinely clean rather than visibly clean, which is an entirely different thing. If you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and tap like. It tells YouTube you want more of Japan's clever, everyday innovations. And if you love discovering things you didn't even know existed, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this list. Trust me, the next ones are even smarter. Number 4. Daily bathroom wipe down. Mold and soap scum don't appear overnight. They build up slowly through dozens of showers worth of moisture left sitting on walls, tiles, and fixtures until the accumulation becomes visible and the scrubbing required to remove it becomes a serious task. Japan prevents the accumulation entirely with one habit performed immediately after every shower. A small squeegee or microfiber cloth is kept inside the bathroom specifically for this purpose. The moment you step out of the shower before you leave the room, you wipe down the walls, the glass, the fixtures, and the floor. The whole process takes about 90 seconds. Because the moisture is removed before it has any time to sit, mold never establishes itself. Limescale doesn't build up. Soap scum doesn't harden on the tiles. The bathroom stays clean with 90 seconds of daily effort instead of an hour of scrubbing every few weeks. It's the difference between maintaining cleanliness and recovering it. Number 5. Cleaning slippers for different rooms. Cross-contamination between rooms is something most people never think about because it's invisible. The same feet that walked across the bathroom floor walk across the kitchen floor, the bedroom floor, and the living room floor, carrying whatever was on each surface to every other one. Japan addresses this with designated slippers for different areas of the home. Standard house slippers are worn throughout the main living areas. A separate pair of toilet slippers is kept inside the bathroom door, used only on the bathroom floor, and swapped back out immediately upon leaving. Some households extend this to kitchen slippers as well. The system sounds more complicated than it actually is. After a few days, it becomes completely automatic, the same way putting on shoes before leaving the house requires no conscious thought. What it prevents is the transfer of bathroom bacteria to every other surface in the home. It's a hygiene habit so straightforward it's almost surprising that the rest of the world hasn't adopted it yet. Number 6. Wet wipe culture. Before sitting down to eat in Japan, whether at home, at a restaurant, or on a train, hands get cleaned. Not assumed to be clean, actually cleaned every single time, without exception. Japan's wet wipe culture centers around oshibori, small hot or cold towels offered at restaurants, and kept at home for daily use. In convenience stores, individually packaged wet wipes are sold alongside food as a standard pairing rather than an optional extra. The habit extends beyond meals. After commuting on public transport, after handling cash, after touching shared surfaces in any public space, Japanese people wipe their hands before eating or touching their face. This isn't considered excessive or unusual in Japan. It's basic hygiene applied consistently rather than selectively. The practical result is a population that transfers significantly less bacteria from hands to food to mouth throughout the day. It's one of the simplest possible habits with one of the most direct impacts on daily health, and it costs almost nothing to adopt. Number 7. Futon airing. A mattress that never gets aired accumulates moisture from the body overnight, which creates exactly the conditions that dust mites need to thrive. Within weeks of regular use, an unaired mattress contains a significantly higher concentration of dust mites, their waste particles, and the allergens those particles produce. Japan airs bedding daily and has done so for centuries. Futons are carried to the balcony every morning and draped over the railing in direct sunlight. The UV rays kill dust mites and the bacteria that produce odor. The airflow removes the moisture that accumulated overnight. By evening, the futon is dry, fresh, and ready to use again. Japanese homes are specifically designed for this habit. Balcony railings are built at the right height. Futon drying hooks are standard fixtures. The whole system is designed around the assumption that bedding gets aired every day because in Japan, it does. The result is sleeping on a fresh, dry, dust mite-reduced surface every night, rather than a mattress that slowly accumulates years of moisture and biological debris. Number 8. Kitchen drain net. The kitchen drain is one of those areas of the home that gets avoided rather than maintained. Food particles accumulate, moisture sits on them, bacteria multiply, and within days the drain becomes one of the most unpleasant spots in the entire kitchen to deal with. Japan prevents it with a disposable mesh net placed directly over the drain after every use. The net catches everything: rice grains, vegetable scraps, tea leaves, anything that would otherwise pass through the standard strainer, and begin breaking down in the pipe below. When the net is full, you lift it out, drop it in the bin without touching the contents, and replace it with a fresh one. The drain underneath stays clear, the pipe below stays odor-free, and the part of the cleaning process that most people put off for as long as possible takes about 3 seconds and requires no contact with anything unpleasant. It's one of the cheapest cleaning products available in any Japanese convenience store, and it eliminates one of the most consistently avoided cleaning tasks in the home entirely. Number 9. Squeegee after every shower. Water left on glass and tile doesn't just evaporate cleanly. It leaves behind dissolved minerals that build up with every shower into white, chalky limescale deposits that become progressively harder to remove the longer they're allowed to accumulate. Japan prevents them from forming in the first place. A small wall-mounted squeegee is kept inside every Japanese shower. The moment you finish showering before you step out, you run the squeegee down every glass panel and tiled wall in a few quick passes. The water runs directly to the drain rather than sitting on the surface and evaporating. Combined with the wipe-down habit, this means the shower walls are dry within minutes of every use. Limescale has no standing water to form from. Mold has no moisture to grow in. The glass stays clear and the tiles stay clean without any scrubbing, no chemical sprays, and no weekly bathroom session that everyone dreads. 90 seconds of squeegee work after every shower replaces hours of deep cleaning every month. Number 10. Washing machine drum cleaning. Most people clean things with their washing machine without ever cleaning the washing machine itself. Over months of use, detergent residue, fabric softener, and moisture build up inside the drum and create conditions where mold and bacteria establish themselves, often invisibly on the inner surfaces that touch every item of clothing you wash. Japan treats drum cleaning as a standard monthly maintenance habit. Japanese washing machines typically have a dedicated drum cleaning cycle built directly into the control panel. Once a month, you drop in a specialized cleaning tablet, select the drum clean setting, and run it. The cycle uses a combination of heat, agitation, and the cleaning compound to break down biofilm, detergent residue, and mold from every internal surface. The result is a machine that actually cleans clothing, rather than one that washes it in water that's passed through a mold-lined drum. It takes 30 seconds to set up, runs while you do something else, and the difference in how clothes smell coming out of the machine is immediately noticeable after the first clean. Number 11. Microfiber slipper mops. Dust and fine debris accumulate on hard floors constantly throughout the day. Most people let it build up until the floor looks dirty enough to justify getting the mop out, which means living on a dusty floor for days at a time between cleaning sessions. Japan made cleaning the floor something that happens passively, without any dedicated cleaning session at all. Microfiber cleaning slippers have a thick microfiber sole that attracts and holds dust, pet hair, and fine debris through static and fiber grip simply through the act of walking. You wear them around the house as you normally would, and the floors get cleaner with every step. By the time you've walked from the bedroom to the kitchen and back a few times, the main traffic areas of the floor are clean. Without any intentional effort, the slippers shake clean over the bin or go in the wash when they're full. It's floor maintenance that requires no equipment, no dedicated time, and no conscious decision to start cleaning. You just walk. Number 12. Toilet brush after every use. Toilet stains are significantly easier to prevent than they are to remove. The mineral deposits and biological residue that cause visible staining need time to adhere to the porcelain surface. If they're removed before they set, they never become a cleaning problem at all. Japan cleans the toilet bowl after every single use. A toilet brush is kept immediately beside every toilet in Japan and used as a standard final step after flushing. One quick pass around the bowl before leaving the bathroom takes about 10 seconds and removes any residue before it has the chance to dry onto the surface. The toilet never develops the staining that requires heavy cleaning products and extended scrubbing because nothing is ever allowed to sit long enough to set. It's a habit that sounds excessive until you consider what the alternative actually involves. A 10-second wipe after every use versus a 30-minute scrubbing session every few weeks. Japan simply decided the 10-second option made more sense. Number 13. Refrigerator antibacterial mat. Fridge shelves are one of the least cleaned surfaces in most homes. Spills sit on them, moisture accumulates underneath containers, and bacteria establish themselves on surfaces that are in direct contact with food, often without any visible sign that anything is wrong. Japan places thin antibacterial mats on every shelf inside the fridge and replaces them regularly. These mats sit between the shelf surface and the food containers placed on top. They absorb moisture that would otherwise pool beneath containers, preventing the damp conditions that allow mold and bacteria to grow. The antibacterial treatment built into the mat actively inhibits bacterial growth across the shelf surface continuously. When they need replacing, you simply peel them off and put new ones down. The shelf underneath is typically clean, because the mat absorbed everything that would have reached it. It's a completely passive hygiene system that requires no scrubbing, no emptying the entire fridge, and no cleaning products. You put the mat down and it maintains the cleanliness of the shelf until it's time to swap it out. Number 14. Exhaust fan after cooking. Most people turn the kitchen exhaust fan off when they finish cooking because the visible smoke is gone. Japan leaves it running for another 10 to 15 minutes, and the reason is worth understanding. When you cook, the air in the kitchen fills with steam, grease particles, and volatile organic compounds that aren't visible to the naked eye. The moment you turn the heat off, they don't disappear. They continue circulating in the air and gradually settle on every surface in the kitchen, including counters, cupboard doors, walls, and appliances, where they build up into a thin, sticky layer of grease over time. Running the exhaust fan for 10 to 15 minutes after cooking finishes clears the air of those particles before they settle. The fan removes them from the room entirely rather than giving them time to land. The result is a kitchen that accumulates grease on its surfaces significantly more slowly, requiring less frequent deep cleaning and staying fresher between sessions without any additional products or effort. Number 15. 5S Cleaning System. Every other habit on this list maintains cleanliness. This one builds the foundation that makes all of them easier to sustain. The 5S system was developed in Japan for factory floors and manufacturing environments, but its principles apply directly to the home. The 5 steps are Siri, which means sort and remove everything you don't need. Seiden, a place for everything and everything in its place. Seiso, clean the space thoroughly. Seiketsu, standardize the system so the clean state becomes the default. And Shitsuke, sustain the habits through daily discipline until they require no conscious effort. Applied at home, 5S means every object has a fixed location it always returns to. Cleaning is built into the daily routine rather than saved for when things get bad. And the home's baseline state is order rather than managed chaos. The reason it works is the same reason it works in factories. When everything has a designated place, Disorder is immediately visible rather than gradually normalized. You see the problem the moment it appears rather than the moment it becomes overwhelming. If you want to see more amazing things Japan is doing better than the rest of the world, then like and subscribe. And make sure to watch the video on your end screen, it's packed with even more life-improving things.